Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. Today, we are going to present business etiquette in three countries, which are Spain, Canada, and Japan. Spain. Spain extends approximately 505,000 kilometers over the Iberian Peninsula to the southwest of Europe by a population of 46.57 million. It's the sixth largest country in Europe. Spain's capital and largest city is Madrid. Spain's now a parliamentary democracy, a member of international organizations including the United Nations and the NATO, and has been a member state of the European Union since 1986. Business etiquette. Well, many Spaniards will meet each other with a kiss on both cheeks. This is not common in business relationships, unless you know the other people well. It's wisest to offer a handshake, and if the kiss is appropriate, Spanish people will initiate it. Spanish people have two first names and two surnames, composed of their father's first surname and their mother's first surname. Spaniards place great importance on the character of the person with whom they do business. The hierarchy and rank are important. In Spain, the look of the person who is doing business with is important. Classic brand names such as Dior, Chanel, or Louis Vuitton are very appreciated. Also, you get Ghost and Armani. It's very important to look fashionable if you want to cause a good impression. Spaniards do not on average speak English. Many companies in Spain have staff with a good English language skills, but an initial approach in Spanish is more effective. The famous mañana joke, besides being dual, is not true. If you want to get a good impression, you should be on time and can expect that Spanish people will be on time too. In business relationships, communication is usually formal and follows strict rules of protocol that should be adhered at all times. You should avoid confrontation as much as possible, because Spaniards do not like to admit that they are wrong, especially in public. They are very much concerned about how they are perceived by others, and try to avoid looking foolish at all times. Similarly, it's advisable to stay modest when describing your achievements and accomplishments. In Spain, business people do not usually give gifts to each other. However, gifts are sometimes offered at the end of a successful negotiation or to say thank you for a favor. Gifts should not be too expensive so that they cannot be perceived as a bribe, and usually take the form of food, drinks, or souvenirs from your home country. Mealtime in Spain are generally considered time to relax and enjoy themselves rather than to close deals. If the Spanish people wants to be nice with you, they will mostly likely invite you to go to a nice restaurant. In Spain, the hours of business and shop may be open to the public are regulated by the government. Shops are usually open from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., then from 5 until 8 p.m., Monday through Friday and Saturday morning. Lunch is between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. Most people in Spain eat at home, though in big cities, it's common to go to a restaurant and have a menu. Dinner is generally a lighter meal. 10 p.m. is the normal time at a restaurant. When preparing for business negotiations in a foreign country, it's good to bear in mind that the key of successful negotiation is to respect the culture, values, and traditions of your prospective partners.
Generally speaking, business customs in Canada are similar to those in the United States, where there are two official languages, English and French. Most international business is conducted in English. Many Canadians identify very strongly with their home province, and for this reason, English and French shape their culture and etiquette. Before trying to sell your product or service, it's important to make a good first impression and sell the reliability and honesty of yourself and your company. In an English-speaking business environment, a regular handshake will suffice to open a first meeting. Light hugs may be exchanged between good friends and family, but in most cases Canadians value their personal space. When dressing for an national meeting, men should wear relatively conservative business suits. After the first meeting, many companies allow business casual dress. As a woman, business appropriate dresses or pantsuits are a good idea for the first meeting. In all business operations, limit accessories and avoid wearing overly revealing clothing.
But you can plan a holiday to Canada and check out the work situation on the side. There is nothing to stop you from networking at parties or with family and friends, or from canvassing some businesses about their interest in hiring foreign workers.
Across its borders for several reasons. Our northern neighbor provides universal health care, a hot topic right now in the States, competitive wages, and a relatively low cost of living.
In French-speaking areas, it's common for men and women to give each other a kiss or kisses on the cheek upon greeting or departing. In these regions, there is more physical contact during conversations and personal space is generally reduced. Always address people using Mr., Mrs., or Miss until invited to call them by their first name. It's typical for Canadians to want to interact on a first name basis quickly. Normally, business cards are exchanged after introductions, and it's recommended to have them translated into both English and French. Canadians tend to speak in a polite, friendly, and direct informal manner. Their communication style is pragmatic and relies on common sense. They pride themselves on their tolerance and being non-judgmental. Thus, they prefer not to express opinions on certain subjects for fear of being offensive. This avoidance of conflict may make in-depth conversations difficult to have. However, small talk usually comes easily. Behavior to consider for business transactions and life in general. Smoking is not allowed in offices, most restaurants, and even bars, with the exception of Quebec. When out in a public space, ask your companion before lighting up. If visiting people in their home, always ask for permission to smoke. Be on time. Canadians will not wait more than 10 to 15 minutes for someone who has arranged to meet them for business. Your supervisors and co-workers will be angry if you are always late for work. For social invitations, people expect that you will arrive within approximately half an hour of the stated time. If you are going to be late, phone and advise the person expecting you. Business people negotiating with Canadians should be well informed and knowledgeable about the details of their proposals. Their honesty is appreciated and directness is also valued. Evasive answers are not viewed positively by Canadians. It's important for all business people to avoid exaggerating the strength of their company or the benefits of their product.
Commonly known as the land of rising sun, Japan is a culturally rich country. It is located in Asia. The primary language is Japanese, the currency is yen, and the capital city is Tokyo. Japan has a fascinating and multi-faced culture. On one hand, it is steeped in the deepest traditions dating back thousands of years. On the other hand, it is a society and a cultural state of rapid blocks, with continually shifting fads and fashions and technological developments that constantly pushes back the boundaries of what's possible. Talk about the Japanese business etiquette. In Japan, business cards are a must-have. Japanese business people carry at least 100 for a one-week business trip to Japan and expect to give out 3 to 4 Japanese business cards at a small meeting and carries 10 to 12 for a larger meeting. They have double-sided Japanese business cards printed with the Japanese language side being custom designed using the same elements as the English side. If your original business card is not English, such as if it's German, French, or Spanish, then use the double-sided English and Japanese business cards when doing business in Japan. Never flick, throw, slide off, or otherwise post your Japanese business card across the table. Always present your Japanese business cards holding it with both hands. Japanese language side facing full to the most senior member of the Japanese party first, that means slightly as you do so, and then on down the corporate ladder. Accept the Japanese business card with respect, using both hands, saying thank you as you do so. Never write notes on a Japanese business card. Carry a small notebook to write down notes or enter them into your PDA. Also, never fidget or play with a Japanese business card, and keep your Japanese business cards in a proper carrying case and treat them with respect. Remember to deliberately and carefully take off all the Japanese business cards you receive and put them in your case at the end of the meeting. While getting a business card is a slap in the face to a business person even in 2018, it says that you do not consider them to be relevant on this point. Remember that many people in Japan will be in their companies for their entire life. Most junior employee you might meet today may control a $50 million budget in 10 years' time. Treat him or her with the same respect that you would treat the head person in the company. Concerning the business attire for men, Japanese business etiquette may be getting less formal, but business attire does not seem to be changing. Wear dark suits, navy or black with a white shirt and subdued tie from October to April, and a gray suit from May to September. Japanese summers are hot and humid, and most Japanese men wear half-sleeved shirts during the summer months. Do not wear a black suit, white shirt and a black tie together, because it's a funeral attire. Japanese men typically have well-groomed short hairstyles, but if you are the president of a software internet design fashion company, then a ponytail may be acceptable. Japanese companies do not allow male employees to wear beards in order to shave their heads. Of course, your attire is not complete without your Japanese business cards. Women executives, on the other hand, wear shorter or tie-back hair, trouser suits, or longer skirt suits with seasonal colors. Japanese businesswomen are very fashion conscious, which is evident as the three most popular designers for women business wear are Gucci, Chanel, and Prada. Most Japanese companies do not allow female employees to wear jewelry, very short skirts, or high-heeled shoes. Women too are not properly attired without Japanese business cards. As for business meetings, not strictly Japanese business etiquette, but remember to always tell if a 1 and 2 hour prior to a scheduled meeting to confirm that you're on your way. If you will be late arriving for a meeting, then call at least 1 hour in advance to allow the customer to reschedule. Also, always arrive 10 minutes early for a meeting, or the meeting will be with senior executives. If the Japanese sides say that the meeting will finish at 4 p.m., then it probably will not be extended, because employees and facilities often run on tight schedules. Wait to be seated in the meeting room, because there is a custom regarding which party sits on which side of the table, which supposedly dates back to the samurai era. It's good Japanese business etiquette to take lots of notes. It indicates interest, and if you forget a discount that you promised in an early meeting, even a year later the Japanese side will show you the notes they made at the time. If you meet a non-disclosure agreement side, send it well in advance of the meeting. Many companies there do business with overage in contracts, interweary of foreign company contracts because of poor stories they hear about litigation. If you suddenly drop a non-disclosure agreement on the table at the first meeting, the Japanese side would be embarrassed. Probably refuse to sign it until it has been legally reviewed, which can take weeks, and avoid meeting again. Ask for personal habits. Do not blow your nose in a public place, including meeting room. Also, do not grab your host's hand when first meeting and give it a shake. Many Japanese seldom shake hands and can be uncomfortable doing so, and avoid meeting again. Also, never pat a Japanese man or woman on the back or shoulder, and never make derogatory remarks about anyone, including your competitors and own employees. Always smile, be pleasant, willing to learn, and ask a lot of questions about your customer's company and none about his or her private life. Japan has an incredibly rich culture and a growing economy, as it is also a desirable place to do business. Having extensive knowledge about the culture and etiquette is vital for success.